If you've ever been dismissed, misdiagnosed, or told we can't find anything wrong, this video is for you. In fact, 1 in 3 adults report living with unexplained symptoms that go completely undiagnosed, yet still deeply affected their quality of life, according to NIH, Undiagnosed Diseases Network. So let me say this clearly. You do not need a diagnosis to begin healing. Sometimes people absolutely need that in order to have a badge of honor to feel safe. But let's just face it, a diagnosis is nothing more than a sophisticated labeling system. It has nothing to do with your healing. What you need is actually a deeper understanding of your body's story and what's actually going on. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Dr. Erica Steele. I'm a board certified naturopathic doctor. I hold 7 degrees in my field, all in the natural healthcare space. I like to say that I went to school so you don't have to. We have an Intro to Holistic Medicine 1 course right now. We're in week 9, and you can register at any time. It's completely self-guided. You just click the link in the bio, scroll down and enroll, and I still teach live classes all throughout the week. And so we really want to guide you step by step, whether you've been diagnosed or not. And a lot of times patients don't have a diagnosis, or they have the wrong diagnosis, which is worse because a diagnosis is just based off of the clinician's experience. A lot of times conventional doctors have no idea what they're looking at because they're not trained in nutrition, how the body functions, none of it. A diagnosis is just a label. It's not the whole story. And don't get me wrong, diagnoses can be useful at times, but they give you a name for what's happening. They don't always tell you why it's happening. So oftentimes when you ask the conventional doctor, well, why did this come? Oh, it just happens, aging, they just dismiss that and they don't actually understand root cause because they're not trained that way. So stop going to your conventional doctor looking for root cause treatment. They don't do that. They're not trained in that. They don't show you how the terrains work in conventional medical school. They just don't. That's not how they're trained. They're trained in Louis Pasteur germ theory, not in Bechamp's terrain theory. They don't offer a strategy for support. So healing isn't about the label. It's about the layers and peeling back those onion layers. And your body offers clues far before a diagnosis exists. So why wait until get a diagnosis and then address it? Let's get proactive instead of reactive. And I teach my students and my patients every single day to look for patterns. So how is your energy changing? What's your digestion telling you? What symptoms keep returning? What's your pH, your heart rate, your mood? All of these things, these are real. They matter, and they're beginning your healing map, right? And so let me get to an example. So I had a woman come to me with chronic fatigue, anxiety, brain fog. All of her labs came back 100% normal. No diagnosis, but we tracked her symptoms. She did her nutritional assessment questionnaire. We looked at her labs. We looked at her nutrition. We looked at her nervous system, her mineral status, and every time she rebuilt her energy from the ground up. Again, no label, just alignment. We focused on things step by step. We worked on the water, then the food, then all of the things that we need to do in order to maintain our health. And you can begin healing with what you have now. You don't have to wait and give your power away over to a system and beg them, please, sir, give me a diagnosis. No, we don't need that. You don't have to wait for somebody to validate your pain or your concerns. You also don't have to wait for a referral, a scan, or even a prescription. You can actually start today by observing your body, tracking the clues that it's giving you, nourishing and supporting your body step by step. And that's really what I teach in Intro to Holistic Medicine. And we have actually a 4-page questionnaire, front and back, of all the symptoms related to nutrient deficiency. So it's not in your head, right? It's just not been addressed and you haven't been taught how the body actually works. Think about if we had, let's say, a roadmap to how the body worked, right? It would be so much easier, or even a manual, but we don't. And so let's get into therapeutic order, which is all about working with the body, not against it. So we start slow, right? And work methodically because we want to make sure no stone is unturned, but we also want to make sure you're empowered with the information and you know what to do for a lifetime, because let's face it, you're going to be with your body the entire time, so you might as well know how to take care of it. You're not broken. You're not invisible. You're not behind, right? You're just ready to heal in a deeper, more grounded way. And I'm here to help you reclaim your health through holistic medicine, especially if that's your ancestry and your roots. I know for me, my family passed down holistic medicine, and I'm sure many of you have that same experience. So if you want to join our free Intro to Holistic Medicine class, I'd love to have you to teach you all about your body and all the amazing clues it tells you. You'll get guided support, tracking tools, and of course, access to care without needing a diagnosis first. So I want you to comment below. Have you ever felt dismissed or stuck in limbo without answers? Let's talk about it. This is your space. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more.